And we're live. We're live at 1:35. $3.51. Welcome. You are the first. Appreciate you coming in. Got a little leftover bait from the other night, so I figured ain't gonna last forever, and I'd rather use it while it's fresh than freeze it and unthaw it again. Brian B, yo, what's going on, Brian? Good to see you. Appreciate you. Beverly Moffett, good luck. Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming in. So we got like I said, I got three bluegills, three live bluegills. I am cutting them up. I'm not using them whole. But the water isn't running here right now, but the weather is perfect. Beautiful day to be sitting out. So we're going to do that. Give it a little bit. When the bait's gone, we'll be over. I should have brought my bait rod down and catch some more, but hope everybody's having a great afternoon. Somewhere about 65 here in Southern Virginia right now. The beautiful breeze coming from the west. We got a couple of Uncle Lou's rods today, in the 1 hole and the 3 hole going left to right, and a Mad Cat's Poison Ivy in the middle. We've got some spooks on the line, try to keep them up out of the obstacles down there. Hopefully, getting a bite already. There we go. Alrighty, let's get a start. I'll show them up here for you in a sec. Let me get them out of the net. All right. Y'all see that? First fish of the day. Hope you could see. Sometimes my reception ain't that good. Bearded eagle, what's going on? Hey, could you guys tell me, could you see that? Looked awesome, great. All right, we got to get a weight. All right, I don't know if you can see that. 9.42. You want more look? All right. Let it go, let it grow. Aaron, if you're listening, 9.42. Indiana Chris, what's going on? Bearded Eagle, 9.42. All right, I got to cut up another piece of bait, everybody. I got my bait bucket back here. If bells go off, somebody scream. Right, be right with you. Got my ride. You can see that, a beautiful piece of bluegill head. Nice and bloody. All righty. What'd I miss? What'd I miss? Steve Mosley. Let's go. Big match. Hello. Super Smurf Eric, what's going on? It's time for the 94 pounder. Absolutely. If I caught a 94-pounder, I'd be screaming for somebody to come help me lift it up on the dock. Yep, 9.42. Good start. I don't think I made the drop off there though with that cast, but it's up on top of the ledge. But they may be coming shallow with this bright sunny day. So we'll give it a check. KY Redneck, what's going on? 90-pound club is where I want to be. I hear that. Steve, what's going on, Steve? Good to see you. You just came in. I was live about 3 minutes and I had caught my first fish. There's a 9.42. For those that follow the channel or follow myself and Aaron, we challenged ourselves this year to keep track of how many pounds of fish, of catfish that we catch off just the stock. As of, what night did we fish? Saturday night? We were at 316 pounds already, and we hadn't really even fished all that much. And when we had earlier in the year, the fishing was terrible. So we're hoping to do really well this year. I think my goal, as long as we can get out enough, Aaron's due to have some surgery done on his knee, so that might slow us down a little bit. But I think my goal is 2,000 pounds. We're going for a ton. We want to be 1-tonners for life. Can you all hear well? There's a little bit of a breeze. I hope that's not creating a problem for you. Oh, thank you, Indy. Appreciate you putting up Aaron's link. I would have called him, had him come down, but I've only got 3 bluegills left over from when we fished the other night. Those won't last long. Sounds fine. Good. Appreciate that. So they're not pulling any water right now. They pulled it this morning from 6 to 9. And then they're going to pull it tonight from 5 to 10. But it was a beautiful day. I just wanted to get out of the house, so I figure I'll go now. And so far, it's paid off. I thought that fish was a little bigger because he was caught. There's a lot of structure and a lot of line stuck out here, and sometimes when they're on the bottom, they get hung up in that stuff, and you got to work them through it. And he wasn't shaking his head or trying to roll at the beginning. He was caught up in that stuff, and it was just heavy weight. And I said, this might be a nice one. But then I felt him like pop through it all, and then he started to roll, so I knew he wasn't a monster. So as they say, the skunk is off the dock. That fish came out of Pinky's hole, as Aaron calls it. It's where that hole has provided probably most of our biggest fish. And most consistently caught more fish in that one hole. And I wasn't surprised that was the one that went down. That was the orange Uncle Lou's rod. Had a headpiece on it. It caught that fish, so we put another headpiece on and threw it right back out there. It's still just a little bit cold at night when you're sitting out here in the middle of the night. So we've had to retreat to Aaron's truck so far when we've done our night fishing when it starts to get too cold. Us old fellas can't take that cold. You do get a better picture though. You can sit closer. So we're hoping it's going to warm up, start staying warm at night where we can sit out more before the bugs come. Got 10 people hanging in the crew here. Appreciate you coming out. Hope you can see the rods well enough. My view through the camera, you can't really see the tips. You can see the reels and down the bottom, but the tree line kind of obscures it. I hope you guys see it better than that. Hey, Catfish Cameron, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in. I've only been live 21 minutes now, but I caught one about 3 or 4 minutes in. 9.42 pound blue cat. Chris says bugs, a 2-week window. Yeah, I'll tell you, we got some giant mosquitoes down here. Even in the middle of the summer, I wear, long sleeve shirt and cover up my neck and my arms. We have a love-hate relationship. They love me and I hate them. So, and when the mayflies come, oh my God, it's like you can't even open your mouth out here. That one flying in. There's so many of them. Last year, maybe the year before, we had a big black light that we put out here, and the mayflies were here, and they covered up every bit of that screen. The screen was probably 12 by 12 square, and we put it down on the dock, and they landed on that thing, and they covered it so that it dulled the light. We had to use a broom to sweep off the mayflies off that when we were done. But if you're looking for the good side and everything, when the mayflies are here, you can catch bluegills real easy. So I'm trying a few different things with my phone, trying to get a better picture. A lot of times when I move around the camera, and the camera has to be seated right here, otherwise there's no reception. Uh, some of you have probably heard us refer to it as the 3 boards of service. That was actually a name that Two Stands came up with when he was here the first time. You can move your tripod all over this dock, and if it isn't sitting right here on these 3 boards, the reception is awful. And for the most part, I don't even have reception if I'm not sitting right here. But it tends to get pixelated when I move around and when I show off the fish or anybody's moving on the dock, and trying some other things to see if we can clear that up a little bit, make it worth watching. So I know I've went back and watched some of my streams, and it's just been awful. I've wanted to clip out a few things and make shorts or something, and the picture was just awful. Like right now, I've only got 1 bar of service. The picture looks good coming through the camera, but I don't know how it's doing on the lives. Is the picture clear to you guys? Yeah, come on, Steve, get with me. We're in the middle of a kitchen renovation at the moment, but once that is over, love to have some people come back out and spend some time with us. Indy says it's clear here. And when I was holding the fish up, could you see it clear, or was it pixelating? I know the last 2 lives were done at night primarily, and they were awful when I went back and tried to view them. Clear here, awesome. Appreciate that, Chris. Awesome. So I wonder about that. So, if it's always bad, nobody's going to want to stick around if you can't even see it when you do catch one. Eric says 3 thumbs up. Have to just keep a eye on the temperature of the phone. Got it hooked up to a power bank. It was fully charged, so hopefully this will stay good for a while. Got the power bank holding down the tripod. There is a breeze out here today. Was excited. Got to see Eric at Catcon. Got to see both of the brothers. Eric, does Curtis have a sticker? If so, I didn't see one. I didn't see him trading them out. I would have got one if he has them. All right, what's going on? All right, I got one like 3 or 4 minutes into the stream. It was about 9.42. It was a blue out of Pinky's hole. That's funny, Steve. So in my case, I'd say it was my face too, but it's my back and my side and everything else. Joe Ziegler, what's going on? Welcome in. Okay, he doesn't have one yet. All right. I said if he was holding out on me, man, we'd have to talk. So for those just coming in, Aaron and I are doing well for anybody that fishes on the dock. We're trying to keep track of how many pounds that we actually land on just the dock this year. And coming into this live, we had 316 pounds already, and the one that I just caught was 9.42. So that puts us to 325 and some change. And as I said, Art, where my goal is to see if we can put 2,000 pounds up on this dock, because we want to be 1-tonners for life. All right, I saw the notification you had a video out, but I was setting this up. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Lisa, what's going on, girl? Good to see you. Big old purple heart back to you too. Yes, I did, Art. And Eric wants someone to catch a bigger one than Art, so he will stop bragging. It's a short. Okay, cool. Hey, Uncle Don, what's going on? We only got 3 rods out today because I only have a limited amount of bait. So if I figured if I put 2 out, I know this hole to the far left hasn't really been producing much of anything. So I didn't want to waste a piece of bait throwing it out there. I've got three bluegills that I can cut into. They're roughly about size for 3 pieces each, so I can rebait a few times. When they're gone, they're gone. No, Art, you don't brag. I brag for you. That was a great night. That fishing channel. What's going on? Welcome. Lisa, if Aaron's not watching this, tell him I got one 9.42 you can add to the book. And today we are showing off. Let me see if I can get the sun on that. Not really. Nina's kayak crew hat. Lovely shade of pink. Say real men do wear pink. It's absolutely gorgeous day out here. Just a slight breeze. It's in the mid 60s. 205 Wild Action. Welcome. Appreciate it, man. I already got one. Right after I started, we put one up on the dock. There's Matt. What's going on, Matt? I probably should have went for my walk this afternoon, but I wanted to go fishing. It's got a big old bill on that head. It's standard size. I just had it in front of the camera. It's got to fit on my big old head. There's Daryl. What's going on, Daryl? Daryl, one fish on the dock already. Like to think we can put a few more up here when things get when the fishing gets pretty predictable. Once we start catching some, we're going to invite Mr. John Parker out here. We ain't afraid of no juju. And this weekend, you may just be seeing Daryl from Trophy Seekers Outdoors out here on this dock. That fishing channel. Good luck driving home from the lake. All right, be safe out there. Did you catch any fish? Were you fishing? Yeah, he's coming over to Kerr, the place that he's renting over there, Art. But I want to see if we can get him out here once we're pretty sure the bite is turned on. Like to see him catch a couple decent sized fish. It's the hardest working man in YouTube. Yeah, I already told him at Catcon that, when he's there, if he wants company, I'd come over and fish with him. And oh yeah, yeah. I'm not sure the place he's staying at Kerr. He says he's at a new place this year. So the rod rundown is the rod on the left is the orange OG Uncle Lou's rod. The rod in the middle is the Mad Catz Poison Ivy. And the rod on the right is the Uncle Lou's Purple Passion. And that's parked out in Hades Hole with a big spook on it. So I'm hoping that at some point I'm going to have to reel it in, and I hope that spook keeps it out of all the crap down there. We lose more gear in that one hole than anywhere. That's cool, Art. 15 awesome people in here. Daryl, probably you got to get out at probably about 80 yards to get to the river channel, to the to drop off into the river channel. 75, 80 yards. We've never measured it per se, but it's a decent long cast to get down into there. When they're down there, uh, and then when you get it, that drops. It's basically like a 6 foot flat all the way out here, right to the edge of it, and then it drops off to 25, 26 feet straight down. And there's mussel beds and stuff on the edge of it. And sometimes they're on the top, and sometimes you got to be down in the bottom. Man, yeah, these are some of the Uncle Lou spooks that I had from last year. He sent me a good sized bag of them, and they're doing well. Let's see. Yeah, you can cast more than 30. I know that, Daryl. The dock is 15 yards long. Big Mike, 80K. Yeah. Yeah, but we're only using 3 and 4 ounce weights too, though, Mike. These rods will take heavier weights, but I've only got 6501s on these. I don't have the 7000s, so give me a little bit more line. So I cast out the other night when we were fishing, and I knew it was dark out. I couldn't see where it landed, but it just kept going and going and going. And when it finally stopped, I was down to the curly cues at the bottom. Had all that memory on them from being wrapped so tight on the spool. So if I catch one, I hope he comes at me. Instead of away, we would never would have got him in. But yeah, it's not too far. It's not that far of distance. I said, you don't have to be out there. Yeah, we'll get it all worked out there. Jesse, what's going on? At work and listening. Well, I appreciate you coming in. Big Mike, 6 ounces is the sweet spot for the 12 footers. Yeah, I've never casted anything that tall. I think I had a couple of 10-foot surf rods growing up. I grew up in just outside of Boston. Used to go fish the surf a little bit. Now we got no current right now. They're turning it on at 5, but I didn't want to wait that long. I got to run water from 5 to 10 tonight. I was hoping this bright sunny day would bring some fish up on these flats, get them moving around again. Most of the fish that we've been catching when Aaron and I have fished late have been when there's no water either. Yeah, we fished one afternoon from like 4 till like 3 or 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, and I think we only had one fish in the daylight hours, and almost everything we caught came after midnight. And the other night too, we were getting more bites the later it got. But I have bait, and I want to throw it, so here I sit. Hope the picture is still good for everybody. I say I have some issues with the live streaming down here sometimes, so I'm hoping we're monkeying around with a little bit, turn some things off, see if I can get it to stay. So, Mike, you doing any fishing this week? Little grainy, but it's okay. All right. Oh, that's good. Yeah, Daryl. I know all about that one. Sometimes, no matter what you do, you can't be right. You just got to accept it. All right, fishies. Got some fresh bait out there. Let's find it. Yeah, 38 years. Yeah. Yeah, we've got 23 years under us now, and can't find my way out of the doghouse a lot of times. Time is relative. +4. Wow. Yeah, the wind has turned around on me a little bit. It was blowing from the west when I set up the tripod, and now it's blowing from the east, southeast. So my tripod is very heavy. I have to hold it down. Laura the Explorer, welcome. And yet I am still alive. Yep, I'm worth more that way. I don't know. That might change after the kitchen's done, Laurie. Good to see you. You at work today? Martin, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. So I was just coming in. I had a fish, landed a fish on the dock about 3 minutes into the stream. And that was, well, we've been live 45 minutes. So it was 9.42 pounds, blue cat. Should be easy to find if you go back to the very beginning. Eddie Gross, what's going on? Good to see you, buddy. Bring your own bluegill. We don't have a hard time catching them. Right now, they're starting to get easy to catch up at our. We have a little pond in our community, and it's only about 4 feet deep. Mm. But with the last couple of times, we were having a hard time. The water out here in the lake is much colder than it is up in that pond because it's so shallow. So they're starting to bite up there. We haven't had too much of an issue catching bait. Well, awesome, Laurie. Hope you're getting your steps in today. Feeling good. Sorry I missed it, but the ceiling is done. Woohoo! That's right, Michelle. You'll probably hear about it for hours when I get home. They're kind of hoping that fish wasn't just a fluke. Catfish and dreams in the house. Listening while working. Swarp some pigs. Yep, that's our goal. I said this time of year, I'm happy with any fish that bites. Come April and May, that's when we catch the really big ones here. They're moving up to spawn, up the river channel. $19 awesome people. So just to recap for Catcon, Aaron and I are keeping a running total of the total weight of catfish caught off the dock for this year. And we were at 316 pounds as of the other night. And the one I caught was 9 pounds, 9.42. So that puts us up to 325 and some change. But we're going for a ton. So if, kind of figure if we stay healthy and we get out, if we've got 300 and the fish really aren't even biting, this shouldn't be too hard. I probably just jinxed us by saying that, though. Once you get healthy and get the boat back together, it'll be on. I hear you. Twenty the house. Appreciate you all. You wouldn't mind, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Daryl, the biggest fish caught off the dock is Art's 90. I say 93, but because I reweighed the net. Uh, but he says it's 92. Blue cat caught last April, the end of last April. We've caught my PB off the dock was like 61 and a half, 62. Aaron has a 61. We've caught probably a half dozen in the 50-pound range, between 50 and 59. But timing is everything. Yep, a 95 will do it. Give you the dock record. Dock flathead record is only 34.5, 34 and a half. My son caught that. One of the first nights when I started catfishing out here. He caught a 44-pound blue and a 34 and a half pound flatty. The first 2 nights that we fished out here. So I figured, yep, I can do that. Maurice Kaysen, welcome, buddy. It's good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Maurice, we had one fish already up on the dock. It was about 3 minutes in, right after I had started. Yeah, my PB came over at Kerr. I got a 35-pound flathead over there, but not from the dock. Kelly, what's going on? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. And channel cats, we don't have very big channel cats. The biggest one that I've got out here that for the dock is 7 pounds, 4 ounces. Yep, I'm by myself. All by myself. Um, I just had a little bit of bait left over from the other night when Aaron was here and it was still alive in my bait bucket. And I figured I'd come out this afternoon for a couple hours and see what happens. So far we got one. They're not pulling any water, but it's a beautiful day to be out of the house. With all that work going on up there. Kelly, I did grab those PNG files. I'll send them to you tonight. I had to go onto my external hard drive because I used to have them on my home screen, but we switched up computers and we wiped the other one, so everything was put onto an external drive. I just had to dig it out and find it. Guerrero Bagre, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Don't tell Stan, but we've got 22 people in the house. One day, perhaps somebody left because I said 22. A couple months back, we got our electric bill, and the total that we owed was $222.20. So I took a picture of it and sent it to Stan. I said, "You did this. You pay it." Okay, Xbox time. All right, well, fun with that. Appreciate you coming in. I'll get with you. Yeah, we can do all that, Daryl. We got it all. You still thinking you're going to get in Thursday afternoon, evening, dinner time, before dinner? Yeah, Brandon, that actually was a low bill, but it's been a mild a mild year for us. We haven't had to use a whole lot of AC or a whole lot of heat. Ribeye steaks, porterhouse steaks. Yeah. We're a ribeye family. Say Michelle makes a mean ribeye, and you put on some peppers, onions, and mushrooms. It's to her detriment that she does such a great job because when she doesn't want to cook, it's like I don't want to go out to a steak restaurant because I don't think that they do a better job than she does. We start with about an inch and a quarter, inch and a half, inch and 3/4 ribeye cut from our local butcher deli, and fresh as could be. There you go. Miss Michelle says I have ribeyes for Friday night. Leaving Georgia around 6 a.m. How long does it say your trip is, Daryl? Yeah, those of you, some of you may not know, but we're doing a kitchen renovation. We're in the middle of that. Uh, Daryl is bringing our cabinets up, leaving Thursday. He will be here for the weekend, so we hope to get some cabinets in and get some fishing done, have some fellowship, and eat some food. Mostly eat some food. Medium rare. Is there any other way, Daryl? I would not let Miss Michelle make you a ribeye if you wanted it like shoe leather. That's hurtful. I hung out with a guy that did that once or twice. Yep. Get him, Michelle. Get him. I haven't even looked at the weather, looking at the weekend yet. Daryl's going to come back 50 times heavier. Did I miss you? Rolling up fast. I didn't see it, but hello, Miss Jody. I wore your shirt the other night, slimed it up. And there's Miss Tanya Hollis. Hello, hello. And stand three in the house. Doc's treating me all right. About 3 minutes after I went live, I got one on my orange Uncle Lou's rod, on the left, out in Pinky's hole. Not giant, but it adds to our total. It was 9.42. It was a blue cat. Blue cat here. You hit the off button. We were doing so good too. Is the picture still okay now that we're back? Might have to think about changing up some bait here. We've been live for an hour. Two of them rods have been sitting out there. That's right, and he's back. Almost afraid to reel in the one in Hades' hole. I might end up breaking. Yeah, every time we reel that in, we try to leave it out there until we get a bite on it and hope that the fish will swim out of all that crap. Usually, if you reel it in when there's no fish on it, you break it off. I do have one other rod in reserve in the Jeep that I can throw out there if that one breaks off, so I don't have to sit and retie it. But yeah, boom, boom, bam. Anya, I have that envelope sealed and ready to go out to you. When I finish fishing here, I'm going to drop it off at the post office. I debated if I should just take it there before I came fishing, but I had a bucket full of water with these bluegills in it, and I don't think Michelle would like me as much if all that water had been splashing around the back of the Jeep. I'm gonna have to try to find some type of an umbrella or something to put over this camera when we're out here in the sun. It's not too hot right now, but the sun is beating right on it. Oh, not a problem at all, Tanya. Take your time. I told you that. Take your time. Yeah, phone holder for the water car. Yep. All right, Daryl. Appreciate you coming in. Have a good day. We'll see you soon enough. Yeah, I think I need to reel these in and see if I can put out some fresh bait. So Miss Michelle bought me one of those snag sticks from Tackle Bandit for when you get hung up out here, so you don't rip your fingers apart. Tell you what, I'm only using 30-pound mono on my main line and 50 on my leaders, and that stuff is tough to break. But one night I was out here and I was trying to break it off. Uh, you got to imagine that this is 60, 50 yards out in the water. And I started at the end of the dock and we measured the dock. The dock is 45 feet or 15 yards long. And I walked from the front of the dock all the way to the end of the dock. And I was off the dock when it finally broke. So that's got 15 yards of stretch in it. So I don't know that some of these heavier weights, I don't know what I'd have to do. I'd have to walk up to the house to break like 50 or 80 pound main line. All right. I got to know. Is it hung up or not? Got to take some guesses. I don't know if you can see this, but I was in the right spot. There's a mussel shell that came through. All right, that one had a headpiece on and it looked pretty fresh still. I'm going to leave that one on. We seems to be doing better with the headpieces so far this season. So we're going to change out that middle one. I'll be right back. All right, what'd I miss? Scroll up just a bit. Ronnie Oakley, hello. What's going on? Hunting and stuff with J&J. John, how are you today? Thanks for coming in. Everything Guy, LG Bass, I'm back. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Everything Guy is me, Fish Guy Ranch. Oh, cool. All right. Emily, hello. Hope I didn't miss anything while I was rebaiting. I said these spooks are doing a great job of keeping me out of the snag out there in Hades Hole. That's usually like an 80% loss rate. Brad, what's going on? I didn't see Alvin, but somebody said hello to Alvin. Welcome, Alvin. Good to see you. Buck. There's Alvin. Hello, hello. 18 awesome people hanging out. Appreciate you. So we had a fish right at the beginning of the live stream, about 3 or 4 minutes in. It was a blue cat, 9 pounds, 9.42, just under 9.5. And we've been silent ever since. Been live for an hour and 20 minutes. So we're due for another one. It's a tiny little spider. Hope everybody's having a great afternoon. There's Sampy. Welcome. Good to see you, Mike. No, Ronnie, I'm in Virginia. I live in very southern Virginia, right on the Virginia-North Carolina border. Currently fishing on Lake Gaston. In fact, we live so close to the border that the other side of the lake, not what you see here, because this is an island out here in front of us, but on the other side of that, there's some more water, and on that shoreline, you're actually in North Carolina. Hope the picture is still clear. Hope sound is good. So I've been having an issue with my live streams, and I'm trying to figure it out. Trying to make some changes to my settings and all. And made a 3-second clip to start my videos on YouTube. Oh, just scroll. I think folks will get a kick out of it. Cool. Definitely check that out. I can't see who's mods. If anybody in here is mod, you want to throw up anybody's link, or feel free to do that. So Basically, I came out today because I had 3 bluegills left in the bucket from this weekend that were still alive, and we're only putting out 3 rods. And when the bait's gone, the bait's gone. But I'm not sure when I'll get out before the weekend, so I didn't want to catch a whole bunch more, or try to, anyways. All right, thank you, Martin. Appreciate you doing that. Can't wait for you to come back. Want to see you sitting on this dock. It's good. Okay, thanks. That's great. Yeah, I've been having some problems, like when I move around or in front of the camera. Every time I go to show off a picture, get a fish, it gets all pixelated and you can't really see it. In general, reception isn't all that great down here because you're at the bottom of a very steep hill. But we make the best of it. I've been thinking in maybe investing in a GoPro and just having that on. So if the lives are bad, if I have something that I want to, make videos out of, at least I'll have a fresh stream of it. But more than anything, I just want to get out and enjoy this beautiful weather. I won't lie. Nice 25 pounder would be good right about now. Say, look at Martin go. You're awesome, Martin. I appreciate you, buddy. You guys don't have these channels, or you're not sure if you do, hit that link. It's free. Jody is where I'm at. Oh, you're in Tennessee as well? GoPro batteries last about 45 minutes of battery, so make sure you get a few batteries or backup to charge it as you go. Yeah, do they have ports on them for the hook up like my phone to a battery bank? I got a pretty good battery bank. It keeps me running throughout the night when we fish. It doesn't, does really well on that on the phone. As long as I remember to plug it in. Yes. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm sure if I do go that route, I'm going to be asking a lot of questions so I know what I'm doing. And I'll be bugging Miss Michelle on how to edit videos. Yep, that'll be awesome, Martin. I can't wait. Just watch the cases you get. Some don't have it cut out for the charging car. Okay, cool. Yeah, I really know nothing about them. Haven't meddled with that at all. So I know they keep coming out with new versions, but if I could get one that's suits my purposes. It's used or until I can figure it out and then decide how much we're going to use it. 16 awesome people in the house. Coming up on an hour and a half. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but that the wind has now died off. There's not a ripple out there right now. Modified a few cases to accept a cord. Cool. Yeah, I imagine I have to learn about the loop mode and all that, so I don't hurt people erasing their video when they're using that. But yeah, I just kind of want to I want to have it on and uh, say the GoPro turn on thing. I don't know if I want to keep it running continually unless we're in some hot action. Yeah, it's calm flat right now, John. It's beautiful out here. Kenneth, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. You just getting up? Did you do a show last night or this morning? $65 here right now. Feels amazing. Yep, yeah, that's about what it is here, mid-60s. Bright and sunny. It's beautiful. Oh, you haven't laid down yet. Wow. Yeah, that's an odd time frame you picked there. Yeah, I didn't make it to 4 a.m. this morning. So those are just coming in. The rod on the left is the orange Uncle Lou's. The rod on the right is the purple Uncle Lou's. The rod in the middle is a Mad Catch poison ivy rod. I have the blue Uncle Lou's rod, but I need to re-spool that. It's getting short on line after breaking off a couple of times. We're using bluegill for bait today. Had some leftover bait, so we're going to use that up today. Hopefully the stream stays well. We run out of bait, we'll call it an afternoon. Worked till 3 a.m. Crashed up. Till yeah, I woke up I'd fallen asleep watching YouTube last night. Believe it or not. What a surprise, huh? But I got up at 3 and actually made my way to bed and put on my CPAP machine and got some good sleep last night. I feel good today. Joe Ziegler says, KP, good show this morning. I rewatched as I always do. That's awesome, Joe. Kenneth is a great dude. Kenneth has come fish with us. He's come for dinner with us. We love us some KP. And Caitlin. Yeah, Kenneth, we're gonna fish. Looks like Saturday. We're gonna try if we get the cabinets done. Maybe uh, Friday night. I don't know, but the tentative schedule is work on the cabinets on Friday and fish on Saturday. So you're more than welcome. As to what time on Saturday, I don't know. Have some longer dragging weights available here soon. Trying to finish up the trial part of reworking the original. Still be selling the originals. Cool. Yeah, we'll know more, Kenneth. Probably Friday afternoon. See how things are going. But you're more than welcome to come over anytime you want. This Saturday. Yep, Daryl's coming up Thursday, leaving Thursday morning. Don't know what we'll get done by the time he gets here. I mean, we probably won't even start until Friday morning on the cabinets. But that'll sure make Miss Michelle a happy lady. Have cabinets back again. So right now, everything that was in all of our kitchen cabinets and pantry and all that is all stacked up in our dining room. It's kind of hard to move around in there with everything on the table and stacked on the floor. Being able, we can put some semblance of order by putting, once the cabinets get in and she can start restocking. Then all we need is the countertops. Yeah, she's excited. She got all the handles that she ordered. Uh, Funny story, she had ordered them, or she had picked them out through Home Depot, and she got got everything she wanted, and she was just waiting to order them. And it was two sizes for the smaller ones and the large ones. And when she went to order them, they were out of the large ones. So she went online and looked around, and she actually found them cheaper, considerably cheaper from Home Depot, from someplace else online. And they came in yesterday. She's very excited. I was hoping that first fish was a sign of some heavy action. I might throw my other rod out just to put another rod in the water now, since I'm not using up a whole lot of bait. Can you all still see the rod? Is that sun getting down too low? So that sun goes down directly in front of the dock. It makes seeing the screen and seeing everything kind of difficult. Yeah, I think I am going to get another rod and put it out here. All right, the rod on the left is now the Muddy River flathead rod. All right, Kenneth, sure will. Just saw that rod tip move just a little bit, but Just a little breeze just picked up. Yeah, no problem. No problem at all, KP. Love to have you come over. Oh, hey, Missy. Welcome. Yeah, I appreciate you stopping in. I got one fish right at the very beginning of the live stream, a couple minutes in, 3, 4 maybe. Let's just say I sat down, I hit the live button, sat down in the chair, and the seat wasn't even warm yet. But that was an hour and a half ago, so haven't had any bites since. But I appreciate you coming in. Keith, NWPA, what's going on? Appreciate you, buddy. I said this was an impromptu get out since it's so beautiful, and I had some live bait left over from the other night. So you had three live bluegills left in the bucket. Figured I'd much rather use them live. I'm not throwing them. I'm cutting them up, but they're fresh anyways. I went trout fishing yesterday and left there with 30 cents. Wow. What'd you get? Rainbows? What kind of trout you got up your way? Gonna have a fish fry. Rainbows. Yep. That's awesome. When I was a kid, would go up to my grandfather's for the summer. They lived in northern New Hampshire, almost to the Canada border, and we would catch native brook trout up there. And oh my God, they were delicious. But living down in Massachusetts, growing up there, all we had was the stock trout. They still taste good, but those native brookies out of that really cold water, oh my God, they were wonderful. All the cleaning was put on you. Ooh. There's Mr. Aaron. What's cracking? Still just the one fish. Hello, everyone driving and listening. Yep. Don't forget to put it in your book. 9.42 blue. It was probably caught about 1:40 in the afternoon out of Pinky's hole. Wishing Hogleg the best. Ooh, nice little breeze. Feels wonderful. Where you driving to there, Aaron? Driving to the meat store? It's like, where's the beef? Can somebody let me know? Can you see is that sun getting to be a problem on the view of the roads? It's starting to come down right past the end of them. So finally put the fourth rod out. I was going to hold on if I was getting some bites because I've only got a limited amount of bait left. But all right, Kenneth, I'll be here. Sun is no problem. Okay, great. Thank you. Good to know. So I'm trying to sit further away from the camera too. The shizzle in the house. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Got one fish up on the dock so far. Hopefully, it won't be the last. But any fish is a good fish this time of year. I don't think the fish have figured out that this weather is for early March. It's much warmer than it has been in years past. I don't think they've figured it out yet. CBA, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. So I've been live now for almost 2 hours. I got a fish about 3 or 4 minutes into the stream. That's the only bite we've had so far. It was a 9.42 pound blue. Small guy, but it counts. Took the skunk off the dock. And those of you that haven't heard, Aaron and I are doing a challenge this year to see just how many pounds of fish that we actually catch off the dock. And or anybody that anybody that fishes with us while we're here, we're gonna total them up. And so far, as of uh, the end of the other night when we finished fishing, say that twice, three times, but um, we had 316 pounds already, and the fishing hasn't even started to get all that good. So far, the biggest fish we've caught was what 26.9. So there's plenty of fishing to be done, and we're hoping to set a goal of 2,000 pounds. See if we can get a ton. That's a monster in your spot. Yeah, it's all relative. We have big blues here, and we don't catch too many flatheads, but they are in a lake, and we have tiny channel cats. Outdoors life in Oklahoma. What's going on? Appreciate you coming in. Hope everybody would take a second and give me a thumbs up for today. I always forget to say that, but if you believe anybody that says all about the algorithm, but I don't think it really makes a difference on my channel. I don't have that many people on it yet. Yeah, Keith, it kind of comes down to our health. Um, if we can put in the time. Uh, Aaron may have a knee surgery coming up here, so that may slow us down a little bit, but that's way more important than catching fish. So get him to be able to walk right. He's my buddy. Yeah, it's entirely possible. Man, there's a couple of nice blow-ups out here. I'm assuming those are stripers chasing bait out in the river channel. That's the second big blast I've seen. Aaron caught a striper out here a couple times ago, a couple nights back when we were fishing. It was 20 and a half inches. It was a keeper, only had to be 20 inches, but we let him go. It was early in the night. We had a lot more fishing to do. Yeah, I certainly think 2,000 pounds is attainable. You need a couple of big ones there just to give us a cushion to get on a roll. Yeah, if we hit that, maybe we'll, with some time left, we'll up it. But I think that would be pretty impressive to catch them. Something coming through the woods behind me here. Something big and large, crackling some bush. 12 awesome people. I can't say it enough how much I appreciate you all coming in, hanging with me. Yes, run. It's the chupacabra. Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was. Not so much in the daytime, but when we're down here at night and you hear something rustling, and you can sound what a deer sounds like coming, breaking leaves or whatever. But when you hear branches crunching, you figure something big is out here. We had last year one couple nights we had an animal come down the hill on us, and he was chattering like he was mad at us, and we couldn't get a light on him. He was hiding in the ditch. You could just see his eyes. And next time we came out, we never did find out that first night. Second night we saw him, and he was making that same noise, and turned out to be a very large gray fox. And he was chattering. He was mad that we were down here. But you always got to be mindful. We do have coyotes here, and bear, and angry beaver. Looks overcast. Fancy word for cloudy, right? Yep. Yeah, there is a haze now. Haze coming over. As it breaks up that sun a little bit. My camera don't overheat. Still on the one fish. 2 hours in. Another hour and a half to be turning the water back on. All right, fish, let's do this. I'm gonna have to buy a Hawaiian shirt for when Daryl's here. He won't be able to tell us apart. Yeah, you will. Daryl's much taller than I am. Yeah, it's a beautiful day out here. Sure is. So when it gets to where it's this temperature at night, this will be awesome. Come on, fishy. Got some birds flying overhead. Haven't seen the eagle today. We have a bald eagle that hangs out over on that tree line right on the other side of the river channel here. It's always nice to see him flying around. We call him Freedom. Trying to look around a little bit, see if our friend Carpe is here. Haven't seen him yet this year. We're going to try to catch him this year. Going to throw out some couple of carp rods in the back here. Once we start to see him showing up, might even throw out some corn in advance, see if we can get on some carp. So I've caught some very large carp, but not in the mouth. Being a bass fisherman in the spring, I like to slow roll rattle traps up on the flats, and I have snagged a few in the tail uh, while doing that, and had the fight of my life on 10-pound test line. It's been a lot of fun. I got a couple pictures, a couple of the big ones I caught, but never really set out to catch them. So that we want to see how big this carp is out here on the dock. So we're going to give it a shot. Yeah, it's funny that wind died off for about 15, 20 minutes. Still got flat calm, and now it's back again. Fishing fever, what's going on? See, you're driving and listening. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. So we got one fish so far, which was a impromptu date down here on the dock. I had a couple bluegills that were still alive from our fishing trip this weekend. So I figured I'd use them before they expired. And it's beautiful out here. Feel a little bit guilty. I should be doing a walk today, but I'm fishing instead. Or I guess at this point I'm wishing. Thank you, Martin. Appreciate it. Martin's been throwing out the links for us. I hope you guys will check out some of these links if you think you don't have them, or even if you do have them, just check them out because sometimes you get bumped off of some of these things. I had a couple channels I knew for sure that I was subscribed to, and when I checked them, I wasn't anymore. So I just came back from having a wonderful time at Catcon. Haven't talked about that too much, uh, but I traveled out there with Art and Josh from One Ton. We rented an Airbnb. It was pretty nice, and it was a heck of a lot cheaper than a hotel room. So that may be the way to go on future trips. Got to see everybody. I spent 90% of my time in the YouTube area and very little time out shopping. So I really wasn't looking for any rods I mean, I'm always looking for left-handed Abu 6501 Pro rockets, but nobody had any. But the extent of my shopping was terminal tackle, hooks, swivels, spooks, beads, stuff that I would normally order online, and so this way I didn't have to pay shipping. But it was such a fun time. Yeah, yep. We had room too. We had an extra bed in the place that we were. We had 3 bedrooms with 4 beds, but it was a lot of fun from the night we got there until we left in the morning. We just nonstop, great time. Got to hang out with everybody after the hours of the show and eat together and joke and laugh and all right. What's it saying for Saturday, Aaron? I haven't looked that far ahead yet. Yeah, Kenneth, it was if you didn't have a chair to sit in, and there were chairs there available, but that concrete floor in a place is hard on your feet after 2 days of standing and walking. Hey, JTC, what's going on? Oh, Buck has Reese's eggs. Jeremy, we've got one fish. It was only 9.42 pounds, but it was a skunk buster. It happened in the first couple minutes of the stream. Actually came after we started. I didn't go live when I had him on. I was sitting on my butt. We were about 3 or 4 minutes in, I think, when he took the rod down. But yeah, Catcon was a lot of fun. It was more of a social gathering for me than a shopping experience. I kind of have taken it to calling it the catfish prom. The view still good? Flex our video of a guy shooting 12 gauge using batteries and slugs. It was cool. Fishing frustrations in the house. What's going on, John? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. We do have one fish on this live stream right at the very beginning. The fish have been kind of stingy since then. That's good. If the picture's clear, I might be able to make a short little video out of that fish catch if it's the only one. Just woke up. It's almost 9 p.m. Mm. Saturday, 56 and 35 for any chance of they frame. Just cloudy. Cool. Thank you. It is absolutely beautiful out here. $15 people in the house. Appreciate you. Another hour, they'll be turning the water on. Yeah, a little breeze just picked back up, Kenneth. We got a tiny little ripple. 44 thumbs up. Oh, wow, that's cool. Appreciate you checking that, John. Yep. If anybody hasn't, if you'd please hit the thumbs up, I would appreciate it. 45. Can only go up. Hey, Paul. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Got one fish so far, and it was right at the very beginning of the stream, a couple minutes in, right after I went live. It was 9.42 pound blue cat. By no means a dock record, but cleared the skunk right away. If you got to only catch one, I'd rather it be at the beginning than at the end after sitting here all day. What's that? I got big baits, and I'm going to be out there to fish hard the next 2 weeks because we got a big 2-day tournament, and I really need to fish some fish in the daytime. Yeah, that's we've been doing better. I'm saying the bite hasn't been on fire, but we've been doing better in the middle of the night when Aaron and I have been out here. Seems like after midnight, uh, when most of our bites are coming. So I was kind of happy to get one right off the bat. Hmm. But I've got one more bluegill live in the bucket. Aaron, the water is way down again. They pulled water this morning from 6 to 9, I think it was, and then they were going to start again from 5 to 10 tonight. But more than likely, they let it all out earlier, and when they're just going to let it fill back up. It's much lower than when we were here the other day. I'm going to step back for a second and see a man about a horse. If you hear the bells, somebody yell. All right. Did I miss any? Hooks and hammocks in the house. What's going on, Chris? And maybe Telly. Hope you're doing well. Art, are you there? Are you there? Yes. I was at a nature break, but now it's over. Just woke up from a nap. Kenneth needs a horse. Yeah, Chris, we only got one fish so far, and it was right at the very beginning, a couple minutes in. He was only 9.42. But all fish are fun. I'll get new phone tomorrow, then I'll get back to live. Cool. I don't know if y'all can see this, but those of you, that's today's hat of choice. Nina's Kayak Crew. Try to wear a different hat of some of the awesome people that have given me hats and try to show off a different one every time. Well, thank you, Kenneth. John. Yep, Nina and Freddie gave us hats when they were up here in October with Chris and Telly. And I actually had a choice of which color I wanted, and I wanted the pink one. I think Michelle got a purple one. Which color do you got, Art? John has a t-shirt design, but only for giveaways. That's cool. purple. How are you guys doing seeing the rod tips? Can you see the rods against the backdrop of the trees over there? Miss Place Country Girl. Denise, welcome. Nice to see you. For those coming in, the bite has been a little slow, but we do have one fish in alive right at the beginning. Left and right, good. Middle, two trees behind. Yeah. Yeah, kind of looking through the camera. That's kind of what I see. Ain't much I can do about it, though. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to stay out. So at some point, I'm going to need to put some food in my belly. Keith, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Keith, did I hear you say in somebody's chat that you were at Catcon this year? I don't know if I call it a dash. Kind of more like a lumbering stroll. Making spaghetti for dinner. So I love some pasta, but I'm supposed to be watching my carbs, so I don't get it very often. Picture is Catcon tickets. Cool. No, Kenneth, I will not do potted meat. Nope, that does not sound the least bit appealing to me. Plus, anything you got to eat with my fingers after I've been touching bait, I don't really want to do that either. Like when Michelle makes us breakfast sandwiches, she wraps them in wax paper so that you don't have to get your hands all over them to eat them. So I made lasagna over the weekend and extra sauce. Do you put meat in your lasagna, or are you strictly ricotta? Like fried ham steak with some mashed taters and cream corn. There you go. I don't know what's on the menu tonight, but I guess I'll find out when Michelle puts it in front of me. Beggars can't be choosers. Just flipped out there for a second. Try to sit back a little further. It's got to have meat. Yep. Yeah, I like the lasagna with some ground sausage instead of the instead of the ground beef. I've never turned down the ground beef either, but so at our house, Michelle is an Italian lady, and she loves to make big pots of meatballs. And at our house for Thanksgiving and Christmas or any of the bigger holidays when we have a gathering, the meatballs are their own course. And usually, she'll make either lasagna or stuffed shells or something. But that's a full course before the main dishes, which is usually uh, we usually get a standing rib roast. Since most of our kids don't like turkey. There you go, ground beef and Italian sausage. Yum. I heard a little jiggle here about 30 seconds ago, but I didn't see which one it was. And nothing's happened since. So I'm assuming maybe something just brushed the line. Piece of bait hit the line or something. Barbecued meatballs for New Year's Eve. There you go. That sounds great. Oh, well, thank you, Caitlin. The same to you. Hope you'll come back and see us again soon. Had a wonderful night when you came over for dinner. It's getting a little hazy out. I'm gonna bump these rods just a little bit. So I got spooks on them, maybe make a little bit of noise. See if that might generate a little bit of interest. It's awesome, Kenneth. Hope you're feeling well, Denise. Yeah, your body knows. Body knows what you need. Inch sciatica. Ouch. Yeah, that's not a lot of fun. So that'll definitely keep you off the dance floor. Hey, Jerry, what's going on? Good to see you. Just a leisurely afternoon here at the dock. Put one fish on the dock early on. Not much, nothing since, not even a bite. But the skunk is gone, so guess all I can pray for. And it's beautiful weather out here. So fish or not, this has been fun. So about a half an hour, they're going to be turning the water on. I go to the thingy in Tennessee next month, but I'm afraid I'll be in the middle of planting the gardens. Oh yeah, big gardens, Denise. I'm thinking I might make that trip out to Tennessee for the gathering. Yep. When I see Daryl this weekend, we're gonna give him the opportunity to talk me into it. I'd love the opportunity to go fish with some of those people. Looked like such a good time last year when they were live. Yeah, Ronnie, still just the one fish, but beautiful day out here. Can't think of anything I'd rather be doing this than sitting on the couch. Yeah, it's Gigability. Welcome. My favorite catfishing spot on YouTube. Get you a big one. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yep, Ronnie, still just the one. And Wabash Nate in the house. Welcome, welcome. Veggie garden is 10 feet by 32 feet. Flower beds are 5 feet by 30 feet. Wow. Miss Michelle experimented the uh, just some stuff on the deck, in little pots. She had a good amount of the jalapeno came up. It was really nice. And she does mostly the herbs and stuff, herbs that she uses throughout the year. She had a pretty good yield last year. Yeah, it would be tough for us to do it down on the ground. So we don't have a whole lot of soil. We have hard Carolina clay is what we have here, and it's very hard to dig in. Plus the wildlife. Shell has a couple of plants out front of the house, and it seems like that the night that they actually bloom, the deer come by and just chew them right off. So she's got like 24 hours to see them before they're gone. Oh wow! Hey Dave, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in. Up to 20 people. Woohoo! Appreciate you all. That breeze is starting to pick up again. That's why I did the raised garden bed. Our soil is clay. Okay. Denise, where are you at? Ooh, Kate says to tell you, Michelle, she's cooking cabbage and kielbasa. So there you go. That's a good meal right there. You be sure, Kenneth, and you get a little extra for me. Yeah, the sun is behind Frankfurt. Okay, in Kentucky. So you didn't have that far to go for Catcon. Eastside Grill, Arizona. What are you talking about? Snuck above my bed. I hear you there, bud. Tim, what's going on? Tim Molina in the house. Tim, we got one fish today. And it was right at the very beginning, a couple minutes in. But the skunk is off the dock. Been fishing, coming up on 3 hours now. Haven't had a bite since that first one. An hour from Catcon. Okay. Yeah, it took us, well, it said the mapping our distance 9 hours and 20 minutes, but it took us much longer than that with all the stops, getting out and stretching, going to the little boys' room. I appreciate you still throwing links there, Martin. It looks like the sun is in the haze now. Hopefully that'll help us out when it gets down a little lower because it is right at the very end of the dock. Hoping to go fishing this weekend. Well, good luck. I hope you get out there. Next year, my friend from Florida is coming. There you go. You talking about the Catcon or just coming up to fish? Yeah, I didn't catch it, Tim. So still enjoying that coffee, Tim. It's wonderful. She loves the fish, but she will not eat fish. I like fish. I grew up a town on the ocean, so we used to do a lot of cod and haddock and flounder. Okay, Tim. Cool. Good to know. I'll definitely look into that. So that's probably the first coffee that I've had that hasn't been Dunkin' Donuts ground coffee in maybe 10 years. So Michelle and I grew up on Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and when we both lived in Massachusetts, that's where they originated from up there. Uh, so it's when they opened up the little Dunkin' Donuts in the truck stop here. That's where we buy all of our bagged coffee. Pontoon Jody in the house. What's going on, girl? Good to see you. Just one fish so far, Jody. Still holding out for the Mondo Hondo, though. I'm watching my line. This wind starting to pick up. It's playing tricks with my line. And there's Rhonda. What's going on, Rhonda? Good to see you. Did you guys have any luck yesterday? I took Martin to Dunkin' Donuts. Next year, it's Krispy Kreme. There you go. I'll admit, Krispy Kreme's donuts are much better than Dunkin' Donuts nowadays. At least at our little store, anyways. Caught a double, one eel and a bullhead on the same hook. Huh. Wonder if maybe you caught the eel first and the bullhead was trying to eat the eel. Yeah, I like it. I like my stuff a little bit sweet there, Tim. Although I have gotten away from having the sugar in my coffee. I use the Truvia packets. It's got no sugar in it and less than one carb per packet. And Laura back in the house. Well, I appreciate you all hanging with me. Say another 20 minutes and they'll turn the water on. Say now that sun's gone in, it's not quite as warm as it was. Coffee needs creamer, or is it coffee with my creamer? Yeah, we do half and half. A little bit of half and half and a Truvia. Does the body good. Laurie's saying, hi, Jody, and congrats on your awards. Yep. Great night for Jody. I was so happy. Have I tried monk fruit? Nope. I don't even know if we have it here. Make my coffee black like my soul. This keeps me from doing something to get me in trouble with Martin. I don't know, maybe this overcast will spur the fish on. Seems like that bright sun didn't really excite them too much. Waiting on a takedown. Supposed to cool off after today. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I heard somebody say that we were going to cool down, but I usually don't follow the weatherman too closely several days out because it's always subject to change. And it's the only profession in the world where you can be wrong 90% of the time and keep your job. Huh. Well, maybe I'll check that out there. I'll see if our little grocery store has it. Just one so far, Laurie. There was 9 pound, 9.42 right at the very beginning. I really thought it was going to be I caught a nice bite, but so far nothing's happened since then. Oh, no car. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Truvia that I use from the stevia plant there, that's got less than one per packet. I don't, yeah, a half a carb ain't gonna kill me. Yeah, you got that kind of, for us, we seem to be like right on the a weather boundary. It's like it'll be sunny here in the town, right the next exit up the highway, which is 8 miles away. It'll be pouring, and there's no even sign of it here. I think we have a little weird weather thing over the lake because it keeps the water a little bit warmer, and when it comes time for snow, usually to the south of us gets snow, and to the north of us gets snow. And we sometimes get a little bit of sleet, maybe a tiny bit of ice, but we it just stays warm enough that we don't seem to get really buried like when the other when 30 miles down the road it is. Yeah, it's like when we were on at Catcon when we stopped to eat, or every now and then Michelle and I go to this little Huddle House breakfast place, and none of them have any of the stevia, the True V, or any of that. They have the sweet and low, the saccharin. You get everyone but that one. So I did remember to put some in a Ziploc and take them to Catcon. So when we made coffee at the place we were staying, I would have some. Yeah, I can't edit either, John. I got to learn that. Tim. NJ, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Been live for a little over 3 hours now. Got one fish. Bite has been slow, but I'm thankful for the one. Thankful that he hooked up too. They were about 15 minutes for them turning the water on. We're about 7 miles downriver from the dam, so it'll take a little bit of time for that movement to get here, but I'm hoping that's going to activate these fish. Excuse me. Yeah, we some of you coming in. I was talking about earlier. Aaron and I are doing a challenge this year to see how many pounds of fish we can put up on the dock, and between our four rod holders, or sometimes we have six. But we've been keeping a ledger so far this year. Before today's fish, we when we finished the other night, we had 316 pounds already. Says Ashley Brady's in the house. Welcome, welcome. Aaron eats rats fishing. What's going on, Jeff? Good to see you. I didn't recognize that was you the other night when we were in Aaron's live. Yeah, everybody, let me know if your view starts to go bad. The sun's going down right off the end of the dock, straight across from us. So, at some point, if it gets too bad, you can't see anything. Let me know, and we'll just end it. Yes, Laurie. Yep. Anybody? We're going for just to see what the total weight that we can put on the dock is. So, doesn't matter who catches it as long as you're with us when you do it. Matter of fact, Aaron's daughter was with. She came up the other night and fished with us for a while. She caught one about four. I think it was 14 pounds and something. I think. But our feeling is if they weren't here, then we would have a rod in that same hole. So whatever we catch while we're fishing is it counts. So does that mean you're going to come and add to our total, Laurie? You will lose weight. Okay. Yep. What did Martin say? Flash just as I. After me, been called in early for work. Take care of everyone. Tom, tight lines. Hi, buddy. I appreciate you hanging in and dropping links. And it's always great to see you. And go get you some rest and have a great day tomorrow. Everybody say goodbye to Martin. And I think when the sun goes down, it is going to start to chill up here. So anybody doing any fishing this week? Laurie, you got a couple of days off coming up. You going to try to get out anywhere? Hey, Laurie, you got a date with a 44 when you get here. All right, John. Appreciate it, buddy. Not sure how long we're going to stay out here. Down to one piece of bait. At some point, I probably need to change this. But we'll see when the water turns on, it's going to push my rods, and if I don't pay any attention to them, they're just going to sweep them to the left until they hang up on something. So kind of into hitting up those bass. It's all about that bass. That bass. They should be starting to bite, Laurie. Just remember, as slow as you can go. All right, girl. Good seeing you. That is a pretty picture, though. Bass Pro's on the bucket list. There you go. Get you some of those Zoom 4-inch lizards. Not the big ones, the smaller ones. You'll catch more fish with them. And you can either use a split shot or a regular standard sinker, but those are killer this time of year. All right, Tim, I appreciate you coming in. It was great seeing you, buddy. Suey TV in the house. Thumbs up number 57. Well, thank you. Appreciate everybody coming in. Hopefully the fish is going to pick up here just a little bit. Yeah, I appreciate that, Suey. And as QC Brian, what's going on? Yep, 6 cents makes some good stuff, Tim. Although I haven't bought any bass gear in, what, 3 years now? 2.5 years. Ashley's cooking dinner, if I understand. What you cooking, girl? Okay, number 60. Thank you, Denise. Appreciate it. All right, 4 minutes until they turn the water on. Everybody's having a wonderful day. Come on, water. Yeah, just hoping they turn it on. Yeah, it's very nice here, Brian. Although the sun just went in, trying to peek back out of the haze right now. We got To one side of me, it's clear blue sky, and then the other half of it is got some haze going on. Temperature wise, I think we're in the mid to high 60s. It's beautiful out here. Brian, did you make it to Catcon? That stinks. I was gonna say if you were there and I didn't meet you, I'd feel terrible. Hey, Danny, what's going on? Good to see you. Got one fish in the stream, Danny. It was right at the beginning, a couple minutes in, and we've had flagpoles ever since. But they're turning the water on right now, 5 o'clock. So give it a 10, 15 minutes to work its way down. Maybe the moving water will spur them on. Yep, maybe next year. I'm not hard to find. I wear a big T-shirt with LG Bass on the back of it. Well, one day, and then the other day I wear. I've been wearing my catfish regulator shirt. I did it last year and this year, because Aaron couldn't make it, so I brought him with me. Yeah, now that sun, I think it's starting to play a part. I can see it in the camera, shining right off the bottom, right between the two rods. Yeah, really, I think of the catfish conference as more like a social gathering. So I'm a tackle junkie, so I buy stuff all throughout the year when I see something I want or need or like. I didn't really go there with any intentions of finding something new and interesting. I went to see everybody. A lot of fun getting to meet people that you've chatted with. When somebody comes up to you that doesn't, they don't have a live, so you don't see what they look like. They come up to you and you don't know who they are until they tell you. It's like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, that is beautiful, isn't it? Now, Rhonda, what would make you say that? I actually stopped buying gear because I don't have another closet to put it all in. I have a huge walk-in closet in our spare bedroom that is absolutely floor to ceiling covered in all my bass gear. Yeah, I did that for 30 years, tournament fishing and all that. So I don't have space for all of my catfishing stuff that I've started to acquire. Yes, you've seen the closet, but yeah, that's all bass gear. But what makes me think that I need 20 catfish rods when I only have 4 rod holders on the dock, I don't know, but I got them. Yeah, Brad, but like we were talking about the other night, she wants me to build a separate garage that that isn't going to be attached to the house, and she wants me to leave all my stuff out there. I don't want all my gear getting lonely. I don't want to go have to go outside and put on clothes and shoes just to go out and look for a piece of tackle. So I want to be able to snuggle with all my gear when I want to. All right, John, glad you made it back. Yeah, Ricky was there. Whisker Dreams. Ricky and Tammy. Yep. Yep. Could have been them. Let's see when we can start to see some water moving. Not yet. Ain't no OnlyFans here. Nobody wants to see that. There you go, Denise. Yep. Yeah, I think as soon as this water starts moving, I might have to reel them in before they get hung up. Let it get rolling for a few minutes so that the baits will settle. Say 3 hours and 30 minutes in. Brad, I think I'll leave that one for you. And don't say that too loudly if Kenneth's in here. Yep, I can attest for the fact that she is a sis, John. She's been here several times, hung out with us here on the dock and at the kitchen table, along with Itty Bitty, who isn't so itty bitty. His fish are, but he's not. 16 people still hanging in there. Appreciate you. There's Miss Michelle. 62 thumbs up. That's awesome. Thanks, John. Thanks for the update. Wish I had more to show you. It's time for one of these rods to go down. Had some good takedowns coming out of Hades Hole, which is the one on the right. You probably can't see it at this point, but that's the purple Uncle Lou's. But the last couple of nights when Aaron and I have been fishing, some of our bigger takedowns have come out of there. '63. Yeah, me too, John. I just like getting out and chatting with everybody. Uh, but at the root of it, it is a catfish thing, and it's just a little bit better when there's catfish in it. At least I feel. You know what? I feel that way when it's somebody else. If they're not catching fish, that it doesn't bother me. But I feel a little bit bad when people take the time to watch me and I don't catch one. So the one I have is cool, but that was a while ago. I like to catch one every now and then just to keep keep some interest. Yeah, that sun is creeping down. Pretty soon it's going to be right in your face. Yeah, I hear you, Rhonda. Watching fishing always beats cleaning. I don't think I've ever woke up and just said, you know what, I really want to clean today. Oh, something just jumped out here. Maybe the water might be starting to move. Yep. It is what it is, Denise. Some days are better than others as far as the catching. We're always fishing, but we're not always catching. I hear you. How big was the eel you caught? Oh, yes, you have. And you make it excruciating. No, I have never, ever, ever in my life said, I really want to clean today. About a pound, pretty good. Okay, cool. Did you keep them for bait or did you let them go? See, Mike G in the house. What's going on, Mike? Or is it Mike Gree? Good to see you. Been out here fishing 3 hours and 40 minutes. We caught one fish, a blue cat. About it was 9.42 to be exact. I waited just because we're keeping track of how many pounds we catch on the dock this year, Mike. So all the times we've fished and never paid much attention to it, but we want to see throughout the year how many pounds of fish that we actually pull up on this dock. This tiny little piece of humanity right here. And as of the other night when Aaron and I fished, we had 316 pounds already. And this 9 pounder adds, so we're at 325 and some change. Yeah, you fishing live tomorrow? Cool. This is my last day of take it easy. Yeah, there's a lot of things I could be doing, should be doing, but I've been in take it easy mode for a while now. I haven't got real motivated to do too much since I got back from Catcon. Be careful of them scales. They're full of lies. All they do is lie. Yeah, this was Aaron's idea. After I did the 365 in 2021. He said, "What can we do?" You know, and we always talked about, if I caught 365, well, it turned out to be 387. How many other fish did other people catch that were here with me that we didn't record? So we're gonna go for 2,000 pounds. Gonna go for a ton of fish off the dock. I say we've got a good jump already, and the fishing hasn't even been good, and we haven't fished all that much. So if we can get a good jump in the spring before the spawn, things kind of really turn off here after, during the spawn and after for it's almost like almost all of June and July. we don't really catch much of anything. So if we can get a good jump on the spring, we'll be doing good. Oh, fish. Yeah, you're talking about fishing scales. I'm talking about bathroom scales. My bathroom scale lies to me all the time. Yep, somebody please share Mike's link. That would be awesome. Martin was in here dropping links earlier, man. He was on top of it. Every time somebody new come in, he threw it up. Thank you, Miss Rhonda. Mike, I can take care of that for you when I'm done. So I haven't seen any water moving yet. There is a ripple on the water, and it's going upriver. The water should be coming down. Usually, I just look to see if I can see a piece of debris floating down. No, I haven't tried that, Mike. I have bad enough time with just going straight live. Is that Chad that I just saw? He was. Chad's in the house. Welcome, buddy. All right, that sun is now right in my face. I'm gonna hold a hand up to block it so I can read the chat. So, Rhonda, haven't seen any sight of Carpe yet this year. I hope he's all right. Hope he made it through the winter. Although we didn't have any ice or anything, it didn't get that cold here, so I'm sure he's out there somewhere. Yeah, Denise, Mike catches some huge fish. You'll enjoy his live. I think I might have to. Oh, If anybody's still there, my phone discharged, even though I got it on my battery bank. So it's down to 4%. I didn't catch that. So I guess we'll call it goodbye for now, because it's going to go dead on me here in a second. I appreciate everybody coming in. See what you did, Chadwick. You did this. There's Chrissy. All right. Sadly, like I said, my phone has discharged. We're down to 5% battery life, so it's probably going to die out. But I did want to pop back on here and thank everybody for coming in. Hopefully, if I'm going to probably stay out here about another hour since I got one more bluegill. I'm going to change up the baits now that the water's going to start turning. And when those are gone, I'll call it a night. And if I catch anything, I'll take some pictures. But thank you, each and every one of you. I think 17 people still hanging in there. I'm truly blessed to have you all with me. So let's try it again in another day. Bye, all.